Hi, I'm Dmitry Gerasimov of Cellframe, and today we are going to talk about mainnet launch, preparations, and marketing. So let's start. Marketing and new markets. By the way, usually we are talking about development first and maybe only about development. So we decided to talk about what you what you're asking more often. That's about marketing. So on the mainnet launch, still scheduled for March 31st, sorry, and we're actively working on it. All is going on plan. While the SciTech team is auditing more than 1 million lines of cell-frame project code, we are taking care of our development after the mainnet launch. A huge advertising campaign is being prepared, aimed at emerging markets like India, Vietnam, China, and especially our local market, Russia. By the way, if you don't know, we were less present on our local market. Don't know why. Look, it's time to be present more. That doesn't mean that we left Western country. No, we still stay in Western country because it's still our main capitalization from UK, from Canada, from US. By the way, some from Africa, significant amount from Iran and from Arabic countries, as I remember. So we are really international project, and we don't want to forget about anyone. Just we want to increase our capitalization in not in in difficult time. And here we have a food wave against us, and we want to deal with it with rising on our local markets, like some currency, like waves they does, and they are pumping now because of came from income from our local market. So we want to merge all nations behind both sides of Iron Curtain 2.0. Simply put, we are pulling out our secret market weapon, the Russian market, in which we were not present, as I said before. The middle class in Russia has traditionally invested in stocks like, maybe you'll be surprised, Tesla, Amazon, Bank of America, and similar. Yes, it's really. And some of them just in dollar. Now it's not easy to do that. The capital is inside country, it's locked inside. And people don't want to invest in foreign currency and stock because they're afraid that will be blocked. And they will lose their savings. People don't want to. There is also some distrust of existing cryptocurrencies because of refusal from some on scalpers exchange to serve people. Blocks on some on Coinbase and other exchanges that they just have stolen monies of Russian investors. By the way, they all are against war. More than 90%. Believe me, they have a closer mentality with Western people, and they was punished first. So they're interested in Russian-made native protocols, and we have a success story. The recent explosive success of Waves is a proof of that interest that there are such monies. We have no such big capitalization, so any income that comes suddenly, quickly, and with huge amounts will rise us on the high peaks. Let's say so. At least as I see it. So we need accordingly to reach the Russian market. It's very conservative because we have a lot of native protocols. We need to launch the mainnet. And with the launch of the mainnet, we start a massive advertising campaign starting from 31st March, which we are preparing right now. With mainnet launch, we could bring up exchanges, bring up connections with current smart contracts on Uniswap and PancakeSwap. Also, we are talking with new sexes. CXC, I know I pronounce it sometimes funny, but I'm trying. Okay, I'm talking about stocks and exchanges. Maybe you have seen we were suddenly listed on WowSwap. By the way, it was their proposal, and I appreciate this in this not easy times. So we're looking on massive work with maybe not first tier, but the second tier, and second tier exchange does they just need to be to have we need to have a trust in them, and yes, it's funny. It sounds funny and trustless environment. I'm talking about trust, but by the way, really, it's part of a real world that working with fiat monies, and is based on some trust. By the way, we're also thinking about peer-to-peer exchange, but that's just in plans. So on, we are focused on mainnet, and it have a bigger sense in related with this topic. Okay, let's talk about the next topic, the new service development. And this is a business messenger because Slack started to close accounts related to with sanctions, and our Slack account was dropped down to free. By the way, we have paid at least we have prepayment for a few months or a year. I don't remember for sure, but also example why we need to have everything dedicated. So we also began developing replacements for the services that unscrupulous companies has blocked or refused to serve, or at least have a threat to block. Not all like Slack for us. I want to repeat, they have not blocked us. Just we have a free version of Slack. We don't see full story of our messaging. We cannot download it and move on another platform because they don't accept payment from us. By the way, yes, we could say that we are American companies. They suggest to prove it, and possible that we'll need it and pay them again just to have access for our for story of our conversation, because now they are locked inside Slack. And we're thinking about do we want to pay them for this access or not? That's now not question of the monies, but question of some honor. I don't know. For example, Slack was one of those prevented international communications between employers. We liked the Slack application, but we didn't like the IT companies involved in politics. Shame on these IT companies that violate human rights and freedoms. And so we started to develop our business messenger. The working title is a conf call, but I think we'll change it. It will be a secure service. No intermediary will be able to see what's going on in the channels and chats. Much cheaper than Slack, non-blockable, with the ability to install local service. And not so slow, Slack is a huge application. It's slow, and I can say that it has a stable connection sometimes, but really I don't want to produce some much more critics for Slack. Really, we were loving this application. It has some troubles, but not huge, really. Generally, it was nice application. It's not, it's a set that we need to start to replace. We could focus on other development to develop, for example, some some more interoperability with other protocols, but right now we don't know what protocols will keep connection with us, what will ban us, or who will cancel us. Anyway, we are open for everyone who are not involved in politics. So I believe in nearest future everything will be good. And about our replacement, with all the usual and necessary features for work, better, more reliable, and best seat for futures that we lack in Slack, we have to make better now. Okay, we have competition, no problem. I was talking before that we compete with Amazon, Google, and Microsoft. Okay, let's add in this list Slack. I don't know who else. GitHub. We have not used GitHub. We have local copy of GitLab. Yes, I think we need replacement for them as well, and I think some third companies will try to make such a replacement. If not, we'll do it by our own. No problems. The next topic is about auctions. We have not talked much about it for a long time. New projects will take part in the auction. We have seen it. We noticed it. We will restart the auction after the mainnet and on native protocols. And all these new projects could participate in this auction and on our native protocols. While we finish refactoring the code, we prepare a site UI update. We will have a visible update of the site in the coming days. We also rewrote the auction rules a little to make them more understandable. No changes in basement, don't worry. The terms of participation in the auction haven't changed, but now they will become more evident. And self-ran dashboard new release 2.5. There are some changes like Notify socket launch. It we needed to to make it more power effective to save your battery on mobile devices. It's still going on to be runnable on iOS and or Android. So added some automatic reconnection to make it more stable. We fixed some bugs, improved certificates page settings, and wallet tabs. And the next news, tone consensus. We fully implemented consensus logic from multiple attempts. I think Durov will be surprised when he will know that his consensus now realizes on Pure C. So consensus route logic is implemented. Also changed the logic of working with a new block, the block that forms the validator and suggests consensus. All we need, by the way, also to have some protection logic elements of proof of authority to protect our network on the beginning stages. We'll look on this in manual mode, and if any malicious actions appears, we'll notice something strange. We could prevent it, roll back, stop, ban, or something like this. Some secure tools. I don't want to disclose everything for current stage, but we are prepared, and don't worry, everything will be safe. And the second is a debugging of consensus in simulated conditions was done. Some problems of implementation identified and corrected. So possible we'll have really better implementation of this consensus, and we could suggest this implementation for free tone, for tone team, and to make their network little more quicker, also more effective. Sorry. Yes, we are here. Okay, the next topic is a cell frame SDK. Also, some boring list of features. We have debugged token creation, issuance, transaction, and 25.6-bit blockchain, and checking its compatibility with old 64-bit types. Then Python cell frame is improved to be able to implement a paid custom service. Notifiers for mempool and rounds are implemented. By the way, you need it for L2 solutions, where you form your own consensus, and you could use round notifiers. It's not a notifier. Maybe better to call it callback. Let's say so. Edit paid mod for services like VPN. They were added before, just we finished some QR cycle and now it's working perfect. And added service client built-in SDK, updated cell frame and Python SDK, added wrappers, plugins, and of course some bugs were fixed. Coming some forks in nearest time, but it's more related with Node. So the next topic, less technical, launch of the main network. This launch of the mainnet is going according to the plan. There will be an intermediate testnet 2.5. It will test the TON protocol and will be launched early next week, Monday, Tuesday, I see so. There will be a new release candidate, a new version of the SDK node. So these binary builds will be published on our site. And by the way, soon we'll update rules, node rule. I think node should every master node should nest sources and have verified binaries. Proved on blockchain. Really, it's really a better idea to spread verified JIT commits in blockchain and allow any master node to spread verified binary builds. So we'll be new release candidate with a new version of SDK and node. And the next topic about the world and our place in it. The world is changing with threats hanging over decentralized networks, information and finance. We see this as a pen test of our project that was designated as decentralized as straight against any sorry any attempts to block it. To have censorship inside, to block savings. We aim for financial freedom, informational freedom, property protection, and personal freedom. And if you share these ideas, please stay with us, and we'll win. We'll won, how to say it. Now let's move to the answers to some of the most interesting questions we received. And the first question we have. I have learned that maybe the other projects that have showed interest in building on the cell-frame blockchain. If so, can you shed light on their pending status and what it takes to be accepted to build on cell-frame? There is a project based. I don't know. Will they start in nearest time or not? Haven't talked with them for a week, but a week ago I was talked about with some ex-members of JetBrains company. JetBrains, the authors of Kotlin language, and some of them were dropped in the Russian department. They have relocated only half of their members. Half of them they left here, and some of them want to develop IDE for development, merge it with Git repository. We're talking about GitHub, something like GitHub, but not belong for Microsoft, belong for peoples, for humankind, dedicated with open sources, where everyone could install it, everyone could provide your hard drive and some CPU power to provide GitHub-like, let's say so, because it should be better than GitHub, of course, and something like this we really need to have in our ecosystem. So there are some other projects, by the way, I have seen on Twitter, and somebody participate in our auctions, but because it's in development, I have not checked it on our blockchain, but I believe that they really gave they have requested for participation. Really, we need some time to repeat UI, and I will check this request. And there are some ideas. My friends have some ideas, but I don't want to share it until they will not finish, at least white papers. Okay, the next question. Is there any plan for ecological construction after the mainnet goes online? There are plans for ecological construction before the mainnet goes, and they will continue after. So there are plans. we need to finish workshops. Maybe you have noticed that we stopped after fourth or fifth. I don't remember. And we have not issued final workshops then where all the components will work together. When we're finished, we could run hackathon, and our ecosystem will grow faster. The next question. First off, thank you, team, for the efforts you all put into the project. I know it's not easy handling so many questions and people. Thank you. I appreciate your support. That's why I only have one question for you today. My question is, can the tax on Pancake be removed so people have an easier opportunity to buy and to sell? I think it will benefit price action, as we all are hyping up just before mainnet launch. It's still in negotiations. Sorry, it cannot be done quickly. I'm trying to decrease this, really. And I think at least in April we should drop it. But it's we are still in discussion. Let's say so. The next question. Can I run a node on a cloud server instead of running on a Raspberry Pi? Thank you. Yes, you could run it on any ordinary hardware in cloud server on your computer. No problems. We'll prepare node builds for Android, so you could run it on your old phone, for example. Why not? But on cloud server as well. Just will be some difference, for example, for VPN users, because some IP address will be from resident IP, and it will be resident IP addresses. Some will be not resident, and they will have a little different cost. Don't remember which is cheaper. As I understand, should be cheaper cloud service or resident IP address running on your Raspberry Pi at your home should bring you little more monies. But you could run it on a cloud server, no problems. Okay, the next question. We already know it might be a quantum computer safe, but how about the real privacy transferring coins and not get tracking by the government? For example, everyone is talking about Bitcoin, how decentralized it is, but this is not true. Monero is a really decentralized blockchain. How can be self-framed compared to Monero? I like Monero project a lot. It was a source for inspiration. Problem is with cryptography. Monero is not quantum safe. Right now we have in development some post-quantum ring signatures with ZK, zero knowledge snarks. We need some algorithms, and we want to run maybe first in time post-quantum aggregative signature. We need it for ZK rollups. As I know, rollups usually are not quantum safe. Who have quantum safe post-quantum ZK rollups? As I understand, no one. We'll have it. We'll have rollups. It will be ultimative L2 solution. With such things, really. About decentralization. On the beginning stages, we'll have some centralization. I was talking about just for security. But after this beginning stage, after growing, for example, we grow up to 1 billion. And after 1 billion capitalization, we replace some root nodes with I don't know, maybe it will be really proof of work, but maybe just proof of stake. We will keep proof of stake based consensus on the top level chain. I see no concerns in this, but mining is a classical solution. It's proofed for years. So what does it mean really decentralized blockchain? We could remember that there were hacks on Monero's site and there were infected sources and binaries, and thousands of people downloaded infected wallet. It was really decentralized blockchain, but it has centralized site with everything. We'll have not such issue, by the way, because we'll have, as I told before, we'll have a built-in masternode build system that will prove all builds, prove all that binaries were built from sources, verified and signed by self-frame developers. I don't know anyone, including Monero, who provides such service. It will be a topmost safety and topmost at least decentralization for distribution. You know, blockchain could be decentralized, but you, for example, use MetaMask that works with one infra node, one for everyone. And if somebody replace it, he could compromise a lot of MetaMask users. That's why I don't trust for such ultralight clients. For my opinion, should be special light node with a limited amount of downloadable blockchain, but all blockchain must be downloaded by you. Okay, so that's how we could be compared to Monero. About Monero ability to be anonymous, will be more anonymous because at least we are quantum safe. And all such tricks like mixing on zero knowledge ring signature, we also will have it. We have some candidates for such algorithms. Right now, we develop our own post-quantum signature for ZK rollup aggregation. Next stage will be our own ZK ring signature. So we're working hard on this, really. Our own, okay, doesn't matter. The next question. How is the plan for depth migration and EVM compatibility? Let's talk about this at May or June. First, we need to complete WASM smart contracts. After WASM, we'll talk about EVM. We have it in our roadmap, but first we need to run mainnet. The next question: Will we be able to use a third-party staking program, for example, like Gpool? Yes, we are thinking about of aggregation with other liquidity providers, maybe with some protocols that are our partners, and we have built-in decentralized exchange DEX, and it already has in testnet limit orders. Also, limit orders have its own problems, like liquidity, like at least on the beginning. So we're also thinking about to have automatic market making, AMM based DEX, and for this, I think we strongly need some partners with third-party liquidity providing groups, protocols. Okay, the next question. What are the penalties for a node that goes offline for seconds, hours, days, due to electricity or internet shortage? I'm gonna risk myself stake. Good question. Because some nodes could be running in regions with problems. I think we'll have no such penalties at all. At least we'll try to. Yes, if you are often offline, you could have penalty if it happens without, I don't know. First, what you need to understand with all this, we accept that nodes will be running on some weak hardware and maybe with such troubles with electricity or internet shortage. So I believe there will be no any penalties at all, and your sell stake, your sell stake is not under risk. Don't worry. Worse that could happen, it will be banned for such node, but not for stake. So your stake delegation will be safe, don't worry. Okay, the next question. I saw some tag related self-frame about zero knowledge proof. Is it integrated in self-frame? I can hide info transactions to the public like manner 6. I just answered on this before. We are working on this. Yes, you will be able to hide. Maybe we'll run for testnet this protocol at May. We are planning in May, June. We'll start to test it, and it will able for mainnet around September or October, somewhere about around. Sorry. The next question. What do you think of running a node on server like AWS to avoid any shortage? It's possible. Also, just answered before. Just server running on your resident address will give you little more tokens usually. For some services, by the way, I think AWS or something like this will be preferable. It depends really. So we need just try to run on in clouds on your local hardware and compare. The next question. I would like to know how will team change actual ERC20 and BSC cells into native cell after mainnet release. It will be decentralized two-side exchange based on L2 decision, L2 solution. Sorry. And this level 2 solution will present will present bridge between two networks. Will be special smart contracts in ERC20 and BSC20 networks. For migration, tokens will be locked in the smart contracts, and then will be unlocked tokens on our native protocols. Everything as usual. Okay, the next question. How will be sell tradable on Uniswap and PancakeSwap after native blockchain release? As usual, it will be continued tradable. Just I believe some part of trades goes on our own protocol until Ethereum protocol and BSC protocol are not hacked. They are not stopped to work. We'll continue to work with them. By the way, maybe they will not be hacked. Who knows? Maybe they will implement their quantum, post-quantum signature, but not everyone migrate on this signature. And after quantum apocalypse, when will be massive steal from network, we'll see some drop down on the second generation networks, and preferable to trade on our native protocols. But if you prefer to stay with Ethereum or BSC till the end, it's your choice. And such people, and we'll have a lot of such people, I believe, that will stake with our tokens on non-native protocols. Why not? Until it's possible. Just better to go on native protocol. Okay, the next question. How much is difficult and how long it will take for an existing blockchain to have the post-quantum cryptography? I'm asking to understand if it's something that can be done quickly when quantum problem will arise in the world, or is it something that requires a lot of time of work, and Selframe will be really a pioneer in that. We are really pioneers in this, and it's not quickly to implement. Implementation itself, it's not hard. Just implement it. Okay, but you need to get all your holders to transfer their monies from old addresses to the new addresses. You cannot transfer them because it's self-sovereign identity. They stores their classical keys, and your private key is only that give you access to your funds. And no any third party can replace this key with something else. And you need to pass all your users through this process. Not everyone will do it. Somebody will not do it. Somebody cannot do it because maybe he has cold wallet with split seed phrase, and seed phrase stored somewhere when we'll have no access for years. And who knows when quantum apocalypse starts? Nobody knows. So at the beginning, I think it will start before all existing blockchains will have post-quantum cryptography. Read what the Bitcoin community says about it. They say it's not a problem of nearest years or nearest hundreds of years. They trying to hide head in sand, let's say so. I think not. I think they will implement post-quantum cryptography as well, but not all protocols will implement it. And most of protocols implemented after first steals. At least I think so. And we are one of pioneers of this. We are not only who has such signatures, but not a lot of such projects are present. Okay, that was all the questions prepared. Now let's see what happens in chat. Okay. Make a video explaining about your technology, bro. We're working on this. We're working on video production with explaining with ordinary words how it works, why you need this. Good question, by the way. Blockchain is decentralized, so no borders, bro. Thank you. I think same. Suri, a Turkey investor holding for 10 years. We also have plans for Turkey markets, by the way, to be present more. Maybe some native articles for Turkey market as well. For Turkey market, for Iran, for Arabic countries, for India, for Vietnam, China, for everyone. By the way, we are also thinking to be present more in Western country as well. Just for right now, for current moment, we can run more quick capitalization on emerging markets. But when FUD wave goes down, we return and we'll make more efforts on Western markets as well, and we will try to be more present and merge all the markets on our planet and more. If we will be in Mars, I think Mars also will need to have a cell frame. So cell frame for universe. Okay. The team is not working from Russia, maybe California, maybe London, maybe US, who knows. Okay. Guys, don't worry, this will blow over and things will go back to normal. Some things already comes back to normal. Toyota returns to Russia. Why not? I'm waiting for PlayStation. And Nintendo. Nintendo get back. By the way, Nintendo haven't closed their office in Moscow. And they just searching for partner for payments processing with our local cards. Mir. And Nintendo also haven't left us. That's good. Okay. Crypto is global. Great, really, it's really, I'm really happy to see your support. We'll break these borders. We'll stay against this curtain. Nobody wants this curtain. Nobody wants war. Not real, not economic. Let's move to peace and merge civilization. One nation, Earth. One nation, humankind. That's how I see it. Okay. Can we hear a little bit more about the nodes? It will be a long story, one hour more. I will talk about nodes more in on our workshops and in our coming videos with more simple word explanations on what is cell frame, what cell frame node, what does it do, how you could earn on cell frame node, how our tokenomics working, and etc. Carbon viewing prices. Whew. Thanks for doing the email when you assumed we were getting sick. I'm not sick, I am just tired. Really, not sick. Just it was hard last maybe month, and we have 2 weeks before mainnet. Anyway, I'm not out of my powers. Don't worry. When marketing, when you exchange, I'm surprised to see this. And it's DN, it's fake DN, I believe. I don't mean this seriously either. It's appreciated that you're still doing okay. TPS after mainnet. What a beautiful glass. What about this? More Indians wait and sell list Indian exchanges. Yes, we have such a list of Indian exchanges. We are working with them. But most of this work will be also, I think, after mainnet. But some maybe before, some second tier exchanges could do it quickly without charge or with small charge, with small bureaucracy. Okay. Okay, we'll see. I just want to thank Selframe team for all the hard work. Thank you for saying. It's really inspired us. Okay. Question: any plans for advertising a new listing in ETC? Yes, we have advertising plans. How is audit going on? It's going on. For now, for current moment, no any hard issues are found, but it's just for current moment. Always going on. Please have some patience. What is your relation with Glitch Protocol? It's our friends, and by the way, we just told with them a few days ago, and maybe we'll prepare something together soon. But by the way, they're waiting for EVM. You know, everyone waiting for EVM support. What is the link between Depcache and Cellframe? Based on same SDK. They have different ideology. It's like Kusema and Polkadot. How is audit doing? Answered TPS, depths, support from different countries. I appreciate this. When space shards game, for space shard game we need to implement at least the basement of Western smart contracts. We need to have some ERC20, but something like CN20, let's say so. So CN20 token, we need to implement it first to have decentralized emission of GameFi token for space chipmunk charts. Sorry. So it will happen in April, and at the end of April, maybe beginning of the May, we'll see this game. Okay, greetings from different countries that's supporting us. Thank you. Now let's see what happens. What's going on Twitch? We'll see a lot of questions on this, and I see no questions in Twitch at all. Okay, okay. All questions was on YouTube. TD app mean. TD apps mean truly decentralized applications. I think that's all for now. Thank you for all your questions. When sell the last question, when sell mainnet bridge with other network? 31st March on the launch. And for this, that's all. Thank you for all your questions. Thank you for all the support. Really appreciate it all. We are Sell. We are here. Goodbye.